Hi, today I kind of was having some thoughts, and it reminded me of something that I might be leaving out to really tell people. Or, I mean, I only have two videos, so I guess I just didn't get to it yet. But, um, I was just working out. That's why my shirt's off. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, look at me. I'm pretty actually small. So, um, anyway, I can get depressed. Well, I got into a point in my life where I was very depressed. Okay, I mean, since my dad died at 6. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but ever since then, I've slowly developed problems that got worse and worse over time because I wasn't trying to fix them, and I wound up just becoming so depressed. I mean, I can't even explain like how I felt. That's just how bad it was. So what's brought me out of it is I've noticed that we really have to set goals in ourselves. Even if you tell yourself, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with what I got. No, that's fine. But when you're not setting goals for yourself, and you're not pushing for anything more, you're getting comfortable. But then you're basically subliminally telling yourself, this is it. This this is my ending point of life. Like, not like, no, I'm gonna die right now. Like, this is it. This is my point. I got to my point. Now I'm done. Like, you're basically telling yourself that when you're not setting your goals. And I've noticed this. I've noticed this throughout different times where I've decided that I want something, and I've went and did what I had to get it. Before I even thought about the fact that our thoughts are reality and learned about all these things, I noticed when I was doing those things how great I felt in the process of trying to get them. There was no time for me to sit there and think, oh man, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, it sucks. There was no time for me to think about. There wasn't no time for me to sit there and think long enough to where I start depressing myself. There wasn't time for that because I was pushing for something that I wanted. I was pushing myself, and I was happy to be going for what I want because I knew I was going to get it. And I think that's very important. And all this that I do to talk about, like, I'm not perfect. I'm very very far from it. And throughout the whole day today, I was able to keep myself together at work, and that's very hard. I love to try to do these things at work. I think everybody should try to use techniques like the 3 R's and everything like that. I love for people to use those in the worst situations they can. Put in your head, I want to use these in the shittiest situation that I go to every day. Like, if you can't stand your job, make it so that you can stand it. Just try it. Just try it, man. I'm telling you, once you figure it out, it's magical. It's the craziest feeling when you go through a day where you're used to being so pissed off, and at the end of that day, you sit there and you realize, wow, I feel really good. I didn't let anything bother me, and just by the end of the day, you'll realize like how much more energy you have. It's insane. It's crazy. It's one of the most beautiful things that I've learned in my life and realized. And this has been less than a year that I have learned these things. So understand how powerful it is. But anyway, back to what I was really saying is that it's important for us to set goals for ourselves. You don't want to. You don't. Yeah, you can be grateful for what you have, and still be depressed. It's hard. So always give yourself goals. Give yourself goals. Like, what can I do? What can I do to? What do I want? I gotta want something more. Like, what do I want? Like, what do you really want? There's always something else to get. There's always more knowledge to learn. There's always more opportunities to grow and get better. I'm telling you, every single day. You got 24 hours. You sleep 8 of them. Then you got the rest. You got the rest. Maybe you go to work. Okay. You still have so much time, dude. Now, okay, I understand you work 2 jobs. Okay, I understand that. But you gotta make time for it. If you're working 2 jobs, chances are you're doing that for a goal. You're doing that for a reason. You decided, I'm not getting enough money, so you got another job. So that's another example. It's important to keep these goals in our heads. Don't ever sit still and get comfortable where you're at. Keep giving yourself more accomplishments to go after. I'm telling you, if you keep giving yourself goals, you'll notice that depression to slowly fade away. And don't think that it's gonna go away and never come back. Okay, because that's just not how it works. Today I had I had quite a few times where I had a chance to really get, like, to get angry, because things that I usually get angry at, and I had plenty of chances today, and every time they started to pop up, I used the 3 R's. I recognized it. I was like, wait, and then I thought about how I usually react, and I was like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Refrain, reflect, or whatever. Refrain or reflect, whatever works for you. And then I just released it. And I did this in a matter of seconds. I'd be like, oh, this happened. And that breath out is the release. And actually imagine that negative energy you just built up. Actually imagine that in your head, leaving your body as you breathe out. It works. All you gotta do is try it. Promise you it works. And so that's what I really wanted to get out today, is that you're gonna keep getting things that are gonna trigger your mind into trying to be negative, and even in the process of going towards your goals, you're gonna be like, am I really gonna keep pushing? Like, there's so much more to go. You're gonna get like that, but you keep those goals in your mind, you'll get there. And then every time you get a goal done, you're gonna realize how much more beautiful life actually is. You're gonna realize how much you actually don't have to deal with, that you may realize you think. You say work sucks. Does it suck? Or does it suck because you're making it suck for you? I know that sounds crazy. Because, I mean, there's jobs that suck. But then again, is there? You see, everything that we feel is like, most of the things that we really feel are taught. When you first applied for that job, did you walk into that door angry as shit? No, you walked in there, I'm about to get a job. I got the job. Now I'm filling out my information, and I'm getting the job. And at some point, you started teaching yourself that it sucks. And it's just sad that we do this. But the thing is, the most important thing is to be able to recognize that and be like, I'm the one making this suck. Today I can't believe how happy I was today. And it rubbed off on people. There were some people in bad moods, and I would actually try to, like, go up to them and make a joke or something, kind of get them to almost force a smile a little bit. And before they realize it, that forced smile actually helped them out. It's I want people to see happiness. I want people that feel like I do and have been through the same shit that I have, or even maybe shit that's worse. I want people to feel this happiness, because it's truly crazy when you finally feel it, when you finally hit that breakthrough that, oh, it's just all in my head. Like, I'm the one doing this. So I'm telling you, just keep your goals in your mind. Don't ever tell yourself you're fine where you're at. Don't tell yourself that your life sucks where you're at. But don't ever tell yourself this is all I got. Don't ever accept that this is where it's at. This is how it is. Always push for more. Always set goals. Don't allow yourself enough time to think so hard that you wind up overthinking and just making everything seems like it sucks. You're going to feel however you're thinking. So if you're constantly pushing and telling yourself, no, I want to be happy. I'm tired of fucking being pissed. Tell yourself, I don't want to feel like that anymore. It doesn't feel good. And you'll start feeling better. Instantly, when you just breathe and say, no, I don't want to get mad. I don't care about anybody looking at me, making fun of me right now, trying to center myself. I don't care. Because regardless, when I start feeling better, it's still not going to matter what they're saying, Just do it. Just set your goals and just keep up with it. Don't get comfortable where you're at. Always have goals on your head and keep moving forward. Time doesn't go back. It only goes forward. So, keep it up.